Today, in this video, I'll be talking about some of the underrated talent that the AFC West possesses. So first team I'll be talking about is the Denver Broncos. They have Bo Nix, who's a good rookie season. I think he'd be a good quarterback in the league. He's just an overall solid quarterback, and he has good coaching from Sean Payton. Next up is R.J. Harvey. I know he's still a rookie, but he's a young running back. He came out of UCF. He was great in college. He had 2 seasons with over 1,400 rushing yards. In his senior year, he had 22 rushing touchdowns. I think he has a lot of potential to be a very good running back in the league. Next up is Courtland Sutton. He's a veteran receiver who can known to make some insane catches. He can create big plays. He's very physical. And I think he's kind of your dream for a rookie quarterback. You know, he can really help. He's like a safety blanket. Next up is Evan Ingram. He is one of the better receiving tight ends in the league. I mean, he's also a veteran. Next up is Zach Allen. He's an underrated defensive lineman. He actually made a second-team All-Pro in 2024, and he just kind of isn't really known, but he's a pretty solid player. Next up is Dre Greenlaw. He's simply just an above-average linebacker that a lot of people didn't even know actually went to Denver in the offseason, coming over from San Fran. Next up, Pat Surtain. Obviously, he won Defensive Player of the Year in 2024. He's the best cornerback in the league. He's still very young. He probably has a lot of more good years ahead of him. Lastly, for the Broncos is Talina. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but Hufanga. He's an all-pro caliber safety when he's healthy. He was also shipped over from the 49ers to the Broncos. So, no, they stole some of their defensive players. Next up is the Kansas City Chiefs. Obviously, Patrick Mahomes. Love him or hate him, he is one of the best quarterbacks in the game, even if he does get a little bit of help from the refs. And he is really a future Hall of Famer. I mean, there's no doubt about it. I'm not a big fan, but there's no denying that he's a great player, and he will be a future Hall of Famer. Next up is Isaiah Pacheco. He's a very solid running back. He does run with a lot of physicality. But yeah, just a very solid running back. Next up, Xavier Worthy. He is insanely fast. He obviously broke the record for the fastest 40 time. He beat John Ross's, I think, 4.22 40. He ran a 4.21. Yeah, obviously, insanely fast. He has a lot of potential. I think he'd be a great player for them in the future. You know, obviously, he's going to his second year. Next up is Travis Kelce, one of the best tight ends in football. And just like Mahomes, he's a future Hall of Famer. I know some people prefer Gronk and stuff, but Kelsey's just is easily still one of the best tight ends in the game, tight ends ever. You know. Next up is Trey Smith, great offensive lineman. He's just one of the best in the league. They actually ended up franchise tagging him this past offseason. I was hoping my Bears could get him, but you know it worked out for us anyways. Great offensive lineman. Next up, George Karlaftis. He has double-digit sack potential when fully healthy. He's a good young player for the Chiefs. I'd say he's one of the better edge rushers in the league. Next up is Chris Jones, veteran defensive tackle. He plays at an all-pro level, and sometimes he's came into the Defensive Player of the Year voting as well. Next up is kind of a lesser-known name. I mean, to some people, to casuals, but Nick Bolton. He's undersized. He's like 5'11" for a linebacker. That's undersized, but he is good at his position. He's always pretty solid year in and year out. Next up is Trent McDuffie. He's one of the better cornerbacks in the league, and he's still very young. He's kind of just like Pat Surtain. He's just not on that level of Defensive Player of the Year, as in he's very young and he's very good. Next up, the Chargers. Obviously, Justin Herbert, consistently a top 12 quarterback in the league. He made a couple Pro Bowls. He won Offensive Rookie of the Year. Though I do want to see some postseason success out of him. I really hope that he can have a good year this year and make the postseason and maybe win a game or two. Or, I mean, winning 2 games might be a stretch because the AFC has really good teams, but maybe winning a game or just performing well. Next up is Najee Harris. He's a physical running back. He can gain yards after contact nicely. He's not the fastest. And maybe he can contribute the Chargers making it to the playoffs. Next up, Ladd McConkey. He's a second-year receiver who had actually a pretty good rookie season. Not a lot of people actually knew that. He recorded 1,149 receiving yards, so over 1,000. And he actually had 7 receiving touchdowns. He was really good for him. He probably will be the wide receiver 1 there for a couple more years to come. Next up, Rashawn Slater. Just putting it simply, he's a Pro Bowl level offensive lineman. He's very solid at his position. and that's a hard position, offensive lineman. Joel, obviously their first round pick last year, he was really pretty good in his rookie season. I can see him being a Pro Bowl level offensive lineman in the future. Cleo Mack, veteran player who he's had multiple double digit sack seasons. I'm pretty sure he kind of had not as great of a year last season, but he still had that one, was it 17 sack season in LA like 2 years ago maybe. Next up, Derwin James. Now, I don't know why, but I feel like I really haven't been hearing hearing as much about him as of late. But he's still a Pro Bowl level safety. He made a Pro Bowl in 2024. He's known for his physicality, obviously, Next up is the Raiders. Now, the Raiders is usually the weaker link of the AFC West, which I still say they kind of are. I'd say more teams, the other teams in the AFC West have more talent. Like, I'm looking at my list I made, and the Raiders have the least amount of players, but they still have solid players. They're definitely a lot better than last year. First up, Geno Smith. He's a veteran quarterback. He turned around his career in Seattle, and now he's like a pretty solid quarterback. He's probably like middle of the pack or slightly above average, but that's a lot better than Aiden O'Connell. I'm sorry. Next up is Ashton Jeanty. Obviously, the first round pick. He's still a rookie, but he has a lot of talent, and he could become one of the best at his position. I can kind of see him having like a Bijan Robinson type career. Type career. He's only played 2 years, but having a solid rookie season, having really good second season. Next up, Jacoby Myers. Now, he's not a superstar, but he's very consistent at his position. I feel like he's kind of underappreciated. I feel like he's actually pretty solid. He's just not very known. He's played on the Patriots when they weren't great, except for that 1 year with Mac Jones, and then he's played on the Raiders. So, really has not been able to showcase his talents in the postseason. Next up is Brock Bowers. He's still very young, and he's one of the best tight ends. He was really the only bright spot besides maybe Jacoby Myers of the Raiders' offense last season. I think he has a lot of potential. I think he can have a couple more good years. Next up, Max Crosby. I think he did get injured last year, but I think he still had like 7.5 sacks. He's one of the best edge rushers in the league. He has recorded many double-digit sack seasons, and it does kind of suck that he got injured last year. And lastly, we have Jeremy Chin. Not any Pro Bowls or All-Pros, but he's just a very solid safety who can fill in there. And that is it. Thank you for watching.